End the war on Russia-Ukraine conflict, June 15th, 2022. Russia has the primary responsibility to push for peace settlement with Ukraine. The Battle of Severodonetsk, the easternmost part of Donbas, where the Ukrainian forces still have defensive positions, have entered the final phase with Russian troops destroying all bridges over Donetsk River, linking the city with its sister city, uh, Lysychansk. The Russians now have more than 80% control of the industrial city, with the remaining Ukrainian troops trapped without supplies. If Russia takes control of Severodonetsk and Lysychansk, the entire Luhansk oblast will be in its hand, allowing it to march towards Kramatorsk, the last industrial city in the in Donbas, still with Ukraine. In recent weeks, Ukrainian troops have taken heavy losses with Russian forces blasting their way into Severodonetsk using artillery fire. Officials in Kiev have said that up to 200 Ukrainian soldiers are being killed every day, and troops are running out of shells and ammunition. While these statements have been in part to push Western allies to ramp up Western supplies, they also drop bleak picture of the situation in the East. Despite their brave resistance in the north and the eastern northeast, which forces Russia to retreat from around Kiev and Kharkiv, the Ukrainians never stood a chance to push the Russians back in Donbas. The West's strategy has been twofold. It has sent money and weapons to Ukraine to help it resist Russian aggression and slapped biting sanctions on Moscow to make their war economically painful. While while arming Ukraine has certainly slowed down Russia's advances with heavy losses across the battlefront, it has failed to stop Russian war crime. Russia has taken most of the key cities in the east and south, including Mariupol, Berdyansk, and Kharnovsk, and Severodonetsk could be the next. The economic sanctions have had a mixed result. Sanctions have hit Russia hard, and its economy is expected to contract by 8.5% this year. But at the same time, it has continued to reap a windfall from high oil and gas prices, while on other side, soaring inflation has hit the global economy. And Ukraine's economy, needless to say, faces collapse. As the weapons and sanctions approach has been unsuccessful in its objective, other options should also be explored to end the war. Between the maximalist position taken by Russia and the US, France, Germany, Turkey have maintained some lines of communication with Russia and Kiev, with Moscow and Kiev. These countries should push both sides for talks and try to revive new proposals where all sides get something and lose something in return for peace. Ending the conflict is an imperative, but not just for Ukraine but also for the world that has been battered by high prices of everything, from food to fuel. Russia, whose invasion has pushed the world to the brink of devastating security and economic crisis, has the primary responsibility to end this war through a political settlement.